Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Babala Adekunbi, and you're welcome to another episode of Dear Parents. So, guys, before we get into today's episode, we'll firstly like to apologize for going away for a while. It was due to some circumstances that we could not avoid, and also apologize for starting today's show late. Guys, as I said, see, we are back now and we're better. So don't doubt and don't think, oh, we're here to play. This time around, we're not here to play. Like, this is serious business. And with me here is my amazing co-host, Zainab Inusa. Hi, Zainab.
Hi, good evening.
How have you been? I've missed seeing your face on this screen.
I have to. I've missed everyone, to be very honest.
Yes. So guys, we know you missed us and we miss you too. But let's get into today's topic. Why do parents have to treat their children like kids even when they are adults? Why do parents have to treat their children like kids even though they are adults? I don't know why you people keep bothering, because two parents, we are never adults. We have children. Like, it's children lifestyle forever. Like, I don't think there's this understanding that they can get to that would make them realize that, okay, this my child, this my baby is now an adult, and this my baby can decide left or right, or can decide good or bad. So I think that it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's just when it now gets to some maybe crucial stages where you want to start making your own life decisions and they start to interfere. That's when it becomes annoying in a way. Not so annoying, like, but I don't think it's a bad thing. It's still part of trying to protect your child and all that. Zainab, what do you think?
Well, it's not a bad thing, like, to protect your children. I don't even think that there'll ever be that age that you get to that you will stop treating you like you're a child. I think you're the one that has to kind of, what's that word? Collect yourself, withdraw yourself from letting them do that all the time, because it gets a stage where it's just like, it's very exhausting. Imagine just paint the scenario of, you getting married, you're in your husband's house, and then your mom is literally still asking you, that, why are you still outside by this time? Come on, go back to your, that's like, imagine you're in the midst of your friends, you went out as a married woman, and then your mom is calling, like, hope you're, like, where are you? I know she cares and all of that. She's asking about your whereabouts, but the fact that in fact, even if you don't be, she had to, like, kind of contact.
If so, I'm sure Zainab has a lot to say, but our network is having the better part of today. So I would still stand on the fact that it's not a bad thing. It's just, so Zainab was going to paint a scenario. Can you hear me, Zainab? Are you back?
Yeah, so I'm back.
Okay, yes.
So I was going to say that, imagine you're married and in the midst of your friends, you went out, and then you couldn't pick the call at the moment that your mom is calling you or your dad is calling you. And then next thing you see is that your mom is calling all your friends, that, where is my daughter? Where is she? Like, and then they finally find you, and then she's asking, like, why are you still outside by 8 o'clock, by 7? And I'm just like, what? Like, I'm not a baby anymore. I'm not a child. So yeah, that's just basically that.
You see that calling of friends to get to you, that's like the real ghetto, because in your head you've gotten to a big age. Like, I'm already in this big age. I'm hanging out with my friends that are probably not even as old as I am. And next thing, I'm out till like maybe 8 p.m. and you're already calling my friend to say, please pass the phone to Kundi. Why? Why now? Allow me be an adult. And the thing is, your friends will always tease you. Oh Lord. So there's even like when I was in school, when I got into the university, I didn't get into the hostel immediately. So I hope my mother is not watching this. So this stuff that they do for freshers now, freshers night, faculty, this one, departmental stuff. And so there was this particular one that was for my faculty, and everybody's in the hostel. So it started like around 7:30. My mother already called me that, where are you? I say, I'm on my way. I'm on my way. And I'm in the university already, so to some extent I can take care of myself. Yeah. And by 8:30, when everything is already, that point that the DJ is already getting to that point that if I leave this place, point. I mess up. Like the music is going back to back. I just put my phone on airplane mode, and oh Lord, I got home. I realized how late I was when I got out of the hall and I saw how dark it was. So I got home around 9:30. Somebody that said and oh no. Immediately I just got home. From the door, I just knew that I cannot enter like this. I had to look for format for this woman. And now, I held my slippers in my hand and I'm like, mommy, I tried. No boss. I've suffered. But see, that scenario would have not been necessary if I could just really open my mouth and say, mommy, wait. So in the bit of them trying to confine you in still being a child, I still know people that use tell their parents that they are coming to my place to go out. And they're not children. They're in their late 20s. Wow. So I'm like, it will get to some extent that you really need to give your child liberty. Mm-hmm. Because the more you police these children, the more you police us, you're just giving us reasons to lie to you, really. Exactly. And that's it. So we got the response from Twitter concerning this topic, and the response is from Olufumilayo Onodipe. She says, no parent. So actually, this person is a parent and a therapist. So yes, no parents have the right to treat adult children as kids. At certain ages, these children become adults who can think and take decisions. As a parent, you can only give counsel which may be taken or not. Exactly. When you allow your adult children to take decisions and make their own mistake, they realize the value of your counsel. As in, is that easy? Because, so I think this is coming from a place of, I've made this mistake. I don't want my child to make that mistake. Your child will not know the gravity of that mistake that you made. Because your child is living in your own experience. Yeah. But when you allow somebody that has passed one part and fell down inside gutter, the next time the person is passing that street, it will cross to the other side of the road, though, regardless of even when they've covered the gutter. If you've seen people that wear high heels, if you've seen their heel hook in the middle of all those railing that is always on gutter, any day you wear heels, you will not pass them. Experience is the best teacher, regardless of whatever experience it is. So parents should not deny their children getting this experience so that they can know these things firsthand. There's some mistakes that we know that, this mistake is a lot. I don't think this age and time, everybody knows at this point in time that if you get pregnant when you're not supposed to get pregnant, minus you disappointing yourself and your parents, the economy will humble you. Like it is the economy will humble you. So there's some mistakes that, but I don't think we should like, guy. I don't know, Zainab, what do you think?
So I would like to say that it's not only in terms of outings that you would find that scenario. It could be like in other aspect of life, basically. So let's say, for example, now I was okay. Not for example, I've been in that situation where there was a time in my life that I couldn't even fill a form by myself. That's how bad it is. Like, but I couldn't fill it. Simple ask her, what should I put here? What should I? It's that bad. It was that bad that she was there. She would do everything for us. Instead of you allowing us to do it ourselves, let us make the mistake. Let them give us another form to fill. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let them give us another form to fill. Let's make the mistake, but you don't want us to make the mistake. You want to do it so that we'll be watching. Sometimes not watching. Like you need to see, like make the mistake yourself instead of just watching someone do it. When you watch someone do something, you think you can do it until you actually do it yourself. And you're like, okay,
you realize you cannot.
Like I don't think I can actually do it myself. So like, and I found like in some situations that some children, like they're actually really pained about this topic. They're really, really pained, like especially when they can't do certain things themselves. They want to go out, they can't go out. If they're going out, you have to call like 5 of your friends, call your mom to allow you to go out. You can't do certain things yourself, and then you find them like complaining bitterly. Like, is that bad? So sometimes it's not really just about, it's not just the outing. It's being and sometimes I feel like you lag behind your peers, like that, not in terms of like maybe education wise, health wise, or whatever. I'm saying that you lag them because sometimes some children will lack self-confidence because they will feel like they can't do everything themselves. I can't do it. Like my mates are doing it, but I don't think I can do it. Let me go ask my mom first. Let me go ask my dad first. I don't think I can do this. The confidence won't be there. So like I've been, trust me, like I would literally be like my mates will be doing something. I'm just looking at them like, let me first ask my mommy. I don't think I can do this thing, no. And it's something that you can do simply if you have been doing, if you practice it, it's definitely be perfect. But if you've never done something before, it's just like you're just looking at everybody doing it, and you're like, okay, when I get home, I'll ask my mom. I'll call my mom. Like, trust me, so many things. Like I couldn't even go out myself, like alone. Like, is that bad? So like, there's so many, adults that still being treated like kids. They're still in that situation up till now, like at their age, and I'm just like, wow. And they're complaining bitterly, like in the comment section, they're complaining, like, it's that bad? It's that bad? And I just feel like enough is kind of enough. You can protect us. Nobody's saying you can't care about us. We know you love us and everything, but let us allow us to make our mistakes ourselves. Let us live our life for us and then make the mistakes. Like you said, experience is the best teacher. Let us experience it. Let's learn from it. I don't know. That's just my take on the topic.
I'm with you 100%. So because I'm the only child, so there's this extra pressure. And please, my age is a big age, regardless of whatever my mother thinks. But at this my big age that I'm carrying on my head, I cannot still, like, there's this fear. Like, there's one time that I was staying at my friend's place. I was staying at my friend's place for like 2 weeks, and we went out, and subconsciously I was expecting my phone to ring. I was expecting my mother's call to, like, so there's this fear already that, hey God, my mother is still going to, like, she's just going to call me and just scatter this my mood for me. And I realized that she didn't call. Then I now realized that, oh, I'm at my friend's place, so she doesn't even know that I'm out or anything. That's by the way.
Lies.
The thing about this, the thing about this babying your adult child is that even when they now get to certain stage, So imagine a child that's a male or female that has been babied throughout. You now get married. Your wife and your wife want to take a decision. And the first thing you're doing is, hello, mommy. My wife said we should, hello, mommy. My husband said, no, there's a problem. But the thing is, at the end of the day, it's because that child has been babied all her life or all his life. Exactly. So even when it's now time to take like family decisions, that's where you hear people say, I cannot marry a mommy's boy, I cannot marry a mommy's girl, because it will not get to a state that they are used to so much scrutiny from their parents that every decision has to go through their parents, even when they become married. So at that point, there's a big problem. So that's why I think once you cross this 18, like once you leave the teenage years, there should be a level of liberty that you get. Because if you do not make this and the thing about life is, if you don't make these mistakes now, you'll still make these mistakes later. That's the annoying thing. If you do not make those mistakes now, you still make it later. So let's use your 20s to gather this experience, to know your right and your wrong. Like, let them do this. Then you even know how well you've trained your child. You know that, okay, this training that I've given my child, my child has gotten it. But if you continue to police your adult child, you're just training a child that would probably be rebellious at some point. So I think Zainab's network is really bad, and she had to leave. She had to leave. So, but that's it. I'm still here. So going back to this comment from Twitter, I like the part that says when you allow your adult children to take decisions and make their own mistakes, they realize the value of your counsel. It just makes total sense, because, I fell down today. All I'll tell you is sorry. But when I fall down too, I will know the gravity of the pain that you felt when you fell down. So if you say, don't do this, don't do that, because when I was your age and I did it and I did that, this and that happened to me. Yes, okay, mommy, okay, daddy. But when I get to that age and you see that, I'm already there, I think that if it's not a decision that would cost my life or alter my life or my destiny, I think is something that I should be able to experience. If it's probably just, I'm trying to look for like a subtle example. But regardless, if it's a decision that would not take my life, it will not, I think I should be able to get that kind of decision. We find parents stopping their children from making friends with a particular type of person, probably because of how they look or how they're dressed. I don't think I understand that aspect. But I just feel like regardless, parents should allow their adult children be adults. Like, once they get to that age that they've become adults, acknowledge the fact that they are adults. Give them counsels to direct them and give them advice here and there. Do not command a decision on them. Do not be the one to always have the final say. Yes, that's the thing. Like, sometimes it even goes like you're about to get into the university and parents are the ones that have the final say on the course to study. Like, your opinion does not matter. It can work well for children. Like, you can pin your opinion on them. But when these children evolve into adults, their opinion is a big deal at that point in time. Their opinion matters a lot. So when you find out that, okay, it's time to make a decision, you don't say, oh no, you can't do that. If you're saying, oh, you can't do that, you're saying, oh, you can't do that because this. You can't do that because that. Not, oh no, you cannot do that. Oh no, I'm telling you that this is what. No, this person is no longer a child. This person is now an adult. Like, this person is an adult or maybe marriageable age self. So you're not saying, oh, most times, sometimes you just need to use the word I command you, because the tone that they will say it, I say you cannot go out. And if you've noticed, when they say that kind of thing, every part of your body, all your senses want to go out. Like everything that makes you human wants to go out that day. Like, but if you say, oh, you can't go out because I think it's not safe. You can't go out because, the country is not safe at this time. You've given the person a reason. You've given an adult reason to, okay, yeah, it's true. Or if the adult is still collecting maybe transport fare from you, you can say, oh,
it's all over.
you can say, oh, I'm not giving you, so sit down. But this adult is already independent to some extent. I don't think that you can like command your opinion on them. You just suggest. You suggest your opinion, because at the end of the day, sometimes for me and my mom, times where I go and meet her for advice, and I just find out that you're not advising me now. You're already telling me what to do. Like, no. Yeah, I know what I wanted to do. I just wanted to ask you for your advice. So. It's like, and at the end of the day, there's already, you don't listen to any other person's one. I will not ask you for any advice again, please. I will be on my own. Because the truth is, sometimes we would always need your advice. We would always need your counsel to weigh our decisions. But when you now take it from us and now make it seem like, what, so that's what you want to do? No, never. Do it this way. It's even if you're on the right track, the way you will say, there's this word that Yoruba say, I think they say pelelo biolako. I don't know how to translate it, but it's like they say I think is like they are great to sorry. They are great to sorry. Yeah, I think that's what they are great. If I offend you now, Zainab, and I say, oh, sorry, you already know that the sorry I just said is rubbish sorry. If I say, oh, sorry, sorry, Jare, you already know that. But if I tell you I am sorry, you know I'm sorry. So when you talk to an adult, regardless of who that adult is, when you talk to another adult, like the adult does not have a mind of his or her own. You're just raising somebody that will be rebellious at the end of the day, and it's not good. It's not good, parents. It's not good. There's a big man in my office. His big age. His age is very big, and he has not still married today, because all the people that he took to his house, his mommy said no. This man is already in his 50s. Who want to marry him now? Who want to marry him? Who?
I'm not surprised.
So at this stage, we say that the mother did not love the man. She loves him now. But every woman that he took home at his youthful age got turned down by the mother. So at his big age now is an HOD, like he heads a department. And so that's our like big age. So
wow. That's some serious issue.
You get, so at this stage now, he still stays with his mom. He still stays with his mom, and try not to say his age, but he's not far from retiring. And that's like, he's not far from 60. So at that, for that, it's like it's all over. There's
like,
there's nothing again. And he started from overprotection from the mother. Oh no, you can't marry this person. Oh no, you can't do that. So like, we should be able to limit the protection that we think that we're giving them. Can you guys still hear me?
I can't.
Yeah, so we should be able to limit the protection that we think that we're giving, because now at this stage, I know this story because he told me, and because Kumbi, when are you getting married? Kumbi, when are you getting married? And he's like, okay, let me share my story with you. And he said it, and I'm like, why are you still staying with your mom? And he's like, oh, there's actually nobody to stay with her. So imagine she allowed him get married. You probably have children by now. That will be our grandchildren. Yes. She'll probably be living in their house, or they would have gotten her an help, or a grandchild would be staying with her. Like, exactly. She blocked a lot of things from happening. So at almost 60, her son is unmarried. At almost whatever age she is, she does not have grandchildren, and is stuck with living with her adult child. So
that's extreme.
You get, and so it goes beyond the whole oh no, don't do this. It goes beyond that, because for this person now, it will only take God's intervention, for him to find somebody that wants to marry him. So maybe a single mother or a widow will be like, but he has missed a lot of potential wives because his mother would not let him. So these are things that can, these are the things that can, these are the effects that can later affect people and all that. And it goes on and on and on and on. This is one person that I know. I'm sure this situation is not for just him. There might be other people too that have to endure all these things because my parents did not realize that I became an adult at the age that I became an adult. And the truth is, regardless of how much they baby you, when it's time for you to do something, they want to send you on an errand. That's when they know that you're an adult. You're not here at your age. You don't know that. But when I want to take decision, my age is not in. It does not matter. You people are even confusing us. Don't say, am I an adult or not? Am I an adult because you want me to do something for you? But I'm no longer an adult when it's time for me to take my own decision. So we get it. The fact is, we realize that all this comes from a place of love. But the love will become, I don't want to use, for lack of a better word, toxic, when it starts to hinder progressing of the other person. When it starts to hinder the elevation of your child. Because now that man, that's the end. That's the end. Because even when he talks, he still says, oh, I have to go home. My mom is not so well. I have to, like, they are stuck together. I'm sure there are days that he will resent the woman. But they are stuck together and there's little or nothing that he can do about it. So that's it though. So then
okay, so I have two things to say. Okay, so the first one is that most of these children, or yes, they're also children, adults, or most of these children, they kind of rebel or fight against this topic we're talking about because they don't want to end up like the man you said. Nobody wants to end up being 40 and not married, being 40 and still being inside with the mom, the parents, sitting out in the house and doing nothing aside from working. So I feel like most of these, most parents will realize that children fight back because they don't want to end up sitting down at home with them all all days of their lives, literally. And then the second one is that most parents, no, most kids, or let's just say most children, they don't what's that word? They don't what's the I'm looking for the right word because I don't want to offend parents. There are some parents that actually they don't really, let me just say it's not love. I'm not going to lie. It's not love. Like you said that some most parents they do. We know you love us, blah blah blah. There's some parents. It's not because they love you. It's because they need you to stay by. They don't have anybody to stay with them. So you're like their helping hand. They don't want you to do anything. In fact, the man that you just described is working because probably he doesn't have a choice how to feed his family, and that's the only way. If not, I'm sure the mother would have just said, come and sit down with me in the house. Let's not be doing anything, be playing Ludo and be gisting. That's all. Because that's the way that story looks like. And there are plenty people, a lot of people that are going through that right now. So I don't see that as love. If you love me, you will not, like, I won't be in your house till I'm 50 and I don't have kids. You don't have a grandchild and you're happy. You're happy you see me every time. Welcome my son without a wife, without children. That's not love. And that a lot of parents are like that. That's not how to show love. I mean, I don't know. That's just not how to show love. And if it's okay be like that, there's so many youths that are complaining about this. That's why this topic was brought up. There's so many youths that are complaining about this because they don't want to end up being the Mr. A that you just described. Nobody wants to end up being Mr. A and sitting down in their house doing nothing aside from gisting with the mother, talking about all the stories of this world. No, nobody wants their life to be miserable like that. Seriously, like, I don't know. That's just my take
So,
on that.
so parents, you've heard from us. This we know that we're still children and we cannot tell you how to act like parents. So we're just suggesting that you take time to listen to the things that we've said and honestly just review it because I'll call him Mr. A. Mr. A has gotten to a he has gotten to a place where it's it's just by the grace of God. Because when he was saying it was like, oh, that now his mom is saying that when are you bringing wife? And he told her that that chapter has ended. Like there's this aura around him, like when you're talking to him, like you can be with him in an hour and his phone will ring 3 times. And the only person that is calling him is his mother. So she's got that. I don't one day that and he put it on speaker and like, I was like, offer me, King Beja Jane, freeze, and I'm like, hello, sir. There's a problem. There's a problem.
Oh my God.
And sometimes he enjoys it. Sometimes he's irritated by it. But it is what it is. Like there's nothing.
It is not what it is. We can't accept that.
There's nothing now. So as it's your parents, please. We do not want to end up like Mr. A. So please help us. Give us your counsel, give us your advice. But do not change the course of our lives, all in the name of trying to protect us. Do not hinder us of our happiness, our own happiness, all in the name of trying to protect us. Zainab, can you hear me? So I think Zainab's network is bad now. So rounding up, I would just say that again, we know that you love us and we love you too. But please do not cage your adult children. Do not cage your adult children, because when you cage adult children, when you cage adults, I will say this again, you're just raising a rebellious child. Because the little liberty that child will get, the tendency of that child becoming wild is 100. So please, parents, do not cage your adult children. So, guys, thank you very much for joining today's episode. You know where to find us on YouTube at Podium International TV. You can follow our other Podium handles on Instagram. We have Podium International, we have Podium Radio and TV. So, guys, follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube. On YouTube, you like, you subscribe, and you share. So, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining today's show. We love you and hope to see you next week, Sunday, for more. Bye, and have an amazing week.